Welcome to episode 8 of Trend or Trap presented by TrendsCenter. I'm Dan Karpuc, and this is the show where we take profitable betting systems straight from the TrendsCenter app and debate them. Every episode, I bring the data, the trends, long-term results, and the ROI, and then our guest has to decide one thing. Is it a trend worth backing or a trap the sportsbooks want you to fall for? Today, I'm joined by professional handicapper Matt Horner, and we have 3 great debates across the NBA, NHL, and college basketball for Friday's slate. Matt, good to have you on. Let's get to the first one. First, we go to the NBA. The Boston Celtics are massive 15.5-point favorites at home against the Dallas Mavericks. And here's the trend from TrendsCenter. Boston has gone 4-1 this season when favored by 12.5 or more, cashing 80% of the time for 2.9 units and a 52.7% ROI. So this season, when Boston is laying a huge number like this, they've been able to take care of business and cover the spread. Now, here is the big storyline, though. Jason Tatum, I don't know how this is happening, but he is expected to return after missing time with a torn ACL, Achilles, I should say, which obviously could change the dynamic of this game. So the question becomes, do we trust the numbers and back the trend with Boston minus 15.5, or is this a trap? And is the value actually on the Mavericks with the massive number? Matt, what is your call here?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a trap. This is a massive number to be laying down. We're talking 15.5 points, 16.5 now in some places. It just keeps pushing. All that money just keeps flowing on the Celtics. And again, I feel like a lot of people are buying into this because of the Jason Tatum type of situation. The Mavericks are awful. We all know they're a terrible basketball team. Celtics are at home. Everybody and their brother is going to be betting on the Boston Celtics, Tatum's return. I don't really see Tatum coming off of an Achilles like this being like some sort of like superstar, amazing, great player like he usually is, coming right back. That is going to be a lot to ask for. Time restrictions probably going to be on him. I don't see that being, him being like a massive factor here. So, 15.5, 16.5 points, that's just way too high for me. I cannot be laying that many points. So give me the Dallas Mavericks here, as disgusting as it is. 15.5, 16.5, whatever the best number you can get.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if Tatum plays over 20 minutes in this one. His point total is at 12.5, which even seems maybe a little too large, even though he could catch fire. I think they're going to ease him back out there. And you have to think that, coming off an Achilles injury, every drive to the basket, he's going to hang out on the perimeter. I don't think he's going to push it too much here, just because he was pushing the envelope with a return at any point this season. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, your analysis makes perfect sense there. Let's go over to the NHL, though. We got the San Jose Sharks hosting the St. Louis Blues, with San Jose sitting around minus 135 on the money line. And here's the system from TrendsCenter. When teams with a win percentage over 45% have had more rest than the Blues and are favored at minus 150 or less, those teams have gone a perfect 7-0 straight up this season. 100% win rate. You know how much I love 100% win rates. Good for 7.48 units. So historically, at least as far as this season is concerned, teams with the rest advantage over St. Louis have really taken advantage of it. San Jose comes into this one with some momentum as well. They've won 3 straight games heading into this matchup. So the debate here is simple. Do we follow the trend and back it with Sharks minus 135, or is this a trap and the value actually on the Blues as the underdog at plus 122? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be going once again with the trap. At plus money here, I think it's worth taking a shot on the St. Louis Blues against the Sharks. Sharks, what a turn of events for them. They're actually not a absolutely horrid hockey team this season. Macklin Celebrini has really started to kind of shift the culture there in San Jose a bit, to the point where they're actually favorites now in hockey games, which that has not happened very often in recent past. But you're looking at this line here. San Jose is clearly the much better hockey team than the Blues, and they're only minus 130 at home. And that is kind of suspicious to me, especially since they've won 3 straight and they're hot right now. St. Louis has actually covered that plus 1.5 in 4 of their last 5 games, keeping these games close. And with that line being kind of fishy as it is, I think it's worth taking a shot at plus money on the Blues here against the Sharks.
Yeah, there was a crazy trend, actually. It was a 27-0 trend over the last couple seasons before this one, where you wanted to target the Sharks repeatedly over and over again. But like you said, Celebrini really just completely reinvented this team, which is awesome to see. Let's go to the college hardwood for debate number 3. We've got number 19 Miami, Ohio, on the road against Ohio, with Miami sitting around minus 270 on the money line, and there's a huge storyline here. Once again, Miami is currently 30-0 on the season and looking to stay undefeated. Of course, there are some pundits out there who are saying if they lose one game, they're not making the NCAA tournament. We'll have to see what happens there if they don't win their conference tournament, but they already beat Ohio earlier in this season, 90-74 in the first meeting at home. And here's a long-term trend from TrendsCenter. Over the last 5 years, ranked teams have gone 3,481 and 1,137 straight up against unranked team. That's a 75.4% win rate on the money line. And bettors backing those teams have actually profited 681 units. So if you have a lot of money and you are blindly betting all of those games, you'd be up a nice little chunk right now. So historically, ranked teams have really handled business in these matchups. But laying minus 270 on the road is still a big price. Obviously, this is probably not a single bet. If you want to parlay with something else, that makes a lot more sense. But Matt, here's the question. Do we back the trend with Miami to stay undefeated, or are you going to call their first loss of the season and go with Ohio at plus 245? What is your call?
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's a tire store, but I'm going with the trap. Here. Laying minus 270 on the money line, that's just something I'm never going to do, especially with a team that is as popular as Miami, Ohio is right now. I mean, they're dominating the headlines, 30-0. They just keep winning and winning and winning. Absolutely nobody here is going to want to take the Bobcats. I assure you of that. You just said how they lost to them by double digits the last time they faced. There's nothing attractive about taking the Bobcats, which is why I want to take the Bobcats. And I don't know, will they win this game? Don't know, but the line is 5.5. It's not even 2 full possessions here on a team that is 15-15 against a 30-0 undefeated team that everyone loves. That still seems short to me. So give me the Bobcats, sprinkle that on the money line, plus 240, plus 230, whatever you can get. Take a shot on them.
3 picks, 3 traps from Matt Horner. Coming off 3 picks, 3 traps from Joe Madden. What is going on? We're going to need to change the name of this show from All Traps, just maybe to All Traps. What are we doing here? No trust of TrendsCenter and the data over here by our guests lately. But a huge thanks to Matt Horner for coming on the show. If you want access to the trends and systems we talked about today, and you believe in the numbers unlike Matt Horner, you can find them all inside the TrendsCenter app. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, drop a comment with the picks you think are trends and the ones you think are traps. We will see you next time. For Matt Horner, I am Dan Karpuc. Thank you for tuning in.